Hey guys, I'm Victoria and welcome back to Femhead. Today I want to talk about why I believe that teenage girls should be charting their menstrual cycles. So I've seen a little bit of hate going around towards people who are talking about using FAM as a form of birth control. And it's usually just people going on YouTube and saying, this is what I use for birth control. I've made that video and I've seen some other people that have made that video, and I enjoy watching those videos because obviously I like FAM, I promote FAM, and I am all for charting your cycle. And it seems that these people are upset because when you are talking to an audience, and some of these people have pretty large audiences, they think that by them sharing their form of birth control, it is going to influence young girls, teenage girls, to use FAM as birth control instead of going the normal route of getting on damaging, dangerous hormonal birth control. And we can all guess my thoughts on that. Obviously, I think it is great to be putting that information out there to let people know that there is another way, because for the longest time I had no idea that there was any other option than hormonal birth control, even though I was having such horrible negative side effects from hormonal birth control. But that's besides the point. I want to talk about this today. So I personally dream of a time where girls head into puberty with all of the knowledge that their menstrual cycle and their fertility has to offer to them. So let's think about this. Let's think about if we lived in a world where preteen girls or even teenage girls attended workshops, classes, or even sat down with their well-informed mothers to have open conversations about what was going to be happening in their bodies, the changes that were going to be taking place in a fun, relatable, easy to understand sort of way. And then if we move the focus from teaching them to keep their periods discreet and abstaining from sex, we gave them actual information and actual facts that would create this awe and wonder surrounding their bodies. Instead of shaming them, we empower them, and instead of learning to hate their bodies, they learn to love their bodies. We simply hand them the power and the knowledge they need to understand and take control of their own bodies. We can teach them how to properly track their menstrual cycles, when they're fertile, and how to safely protect themselves against pregnancy and STIs. So I know this all sounds a little like woo-woo, crazy, crunchy granola, but that's honestly something I want. I want well-informed, empowered teenage girls. And period tracker apps have gained a lot of popularity, which I think is great, because while period tracker apps are great in that they actually tell you where you are on your cycle, and for a lot of, I know me personally didn't ever know that growing up. It was just a guessing game of when my period would come next. But I want them to go further. I want them to know at any given point where they are in their cycle and what that means for them, and not just with their fertility, but their well-being, their emotional state, and how to use those strengths that come with each phase of the cycle to excel in life. Why don't we think that teenage girls are capable and responsible enough to really learn about their cycles and what that means for them? And you may say, well, because they're not responsible enough. But I think the issue here is we're not giving them the knowledge, we're not giving them the information they need to make well-informed decisions. And you see, I think teenage girls are responsible enough. They're already making choices no matter how hard people try to stop them. So why aren't we giving them what they need? Why aren't we giving them the knowledge and the information that they crave? Why aren't we raising our girls to be as well-informed as possible? And I have this belief that if we give girls the knowledge, if we empower them through the love and the wonder of their bodies, if we allow them to explore their bodies without any shame or fear, that they will then not feel pressured into situations that they don't want to be a part of. And I say this coming from my own experience. If I held even a fraction of the knowledge and wonder and awe and love and understanding of my body that I hold now, there would have been at least a few situations where I could have confidently said no thank you, instead of thinking that a boy knew better than I did about my own body. And I could have gotten out of relationships before I did because I could have clearly seen that they weren't good for me, things like that. And I think if I could just give an ounce of that to each girl, that would just make me feel so much better. So I know I've been sitting here talking like I've been talking to an older audience, because I kind of have been, but if you're a teenage girl and you're watching this, I encourage you to go out and find all the information you can and find empowerment in that knowledge, and don't ever be shamed into silence or confusion. And that's just something I wish for you, and I wish for my younger self, and I wish on so many people. But that is what I have to say today. I'm very curious to hear everyone's thoughts about this, different ways in which we can help promote this knowledge and, love and understanding of our bodies. And yes, I want to thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.